Welcome to the next episode. Post commentary yet again. I know I did say this in the previous video, but I do want to apologize for the fact that the audio is echoing and that I lost my live commentary. But like I said, it was just for the first two parts. The next episode and beyond, live commentary and non-doubled audio for the game. So yeah, but yeah, I've cut about a half hour's worth of content. The whole episode that I recorded was an hour 6 minutes, and now in my editing software, because I've already did all my edits and kind of did what I kind of wanted with it before I did this post commentary. Now it's down to 34:43. Some of that was full on just cut content, and then some of it was just me, fast forwarding it, which in effect is, with how short I made some of those, it might as well be cut content. So, but I ended up spending about nearly a half hour, I would say, just wandering around, kind of stubborn, trying to figure out what I was missing and whatnot towards the later half. So that was fun. But at the very least, it gave you guys a shorter video. Because that's one of the things I feel like is going to be a bit of a struggle with the editing later on, is that it's probably going to turn into I'm finding stuff fast enough to where there's little to no editing. And obviously we're trying to show the game, so I don't want to be one of those guys, especially on a first playthrough, where I'm trying to highlight the game and highlight my reactions. I don't like doing a lot of edits. I mean, like I said, that'd be different if I was doing something with Oblivion. And again, maybe it's just the inexperience talking, but I like to highlight the games. But anyways, here we are in episode 2, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on in this shithole town. God damn. So. But yeah, once we get to episode 3, we'll actually be out of the hotel, because I think episode 3, there's only maybe 15 minutes of that out of that hour 50 to hour long footage or whatever. We leave the hotel pretty quickly, I think, and then we kind of just explore in true fashion for myself. I lose the plot and look up where to go, which is a constant occurrence in this fucking series. Which, to be fair, I did that quite a bit with Tomb Raider. I mean, I would rather swallow my pride and look it up before I start getting overly serious and be I'm never going to beat this game without help, so screw it, and start talking trash. It's because Silent Hill 2 and the Tomb Raider series, it has proven to me that sometimes if you're willing to swallow your pride and just look something up and just continue the game and experience it, you'll still have a lot of fun. And maybe it'll make future playthroughs more fun when you don't have to look it up, because you're retaining where most of the stuff is, so you can get through it faster, and it, you know what you're doing, I'm full advocate for looking stuff up when you know that you're stuck. You're genuinely hey, I've tried and tried for 30 goddamn minutes to figure this out. But yeah, for Jesus Christ though, this, the shit that goes on in this town is so freaking bizarre and crazy. That Elgato thing. I'm so glad that I remembered in the last 2 episodes, to reinstall my driver for my capture card, because the fact that I forgot that when I did my Windows reinstall. I think, I talk about that towards the very end of the series, but like, I could have fixed this so long ago, but I completely forgot about it. Like, when I was doing my reinstall and getting everything situated with OBS, I completely overlooked my capture card driver. But hey, in the end, we got there, so not a big deal. But yeah, I think I talked about in the last episode about this puzzle. This puzzle, like I said, is very easy. You don't even have to look at the solution behind you, because you'll hear a click, and when you hear a click, it's done. Probably should have fast forwarded this with that being said, but I did. For people that really want to like kind of see what I mean, I figured might as well show the full experience. Maybe I should have fast forwarded this, actually. Maybe, you know what? Screw it. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it in. I've already recorded the post comment. Let's see how much other fuck ups that I've made that we can comment on. It's just me being an idiot, honestly. My simultaneous amazing memory retention, yet shitty memory retention. Like, could remember all types of shit, but then I couldn't remember what the fucking directions were on that. Fuck me. Oh god. I can't imagine how you guys feel. I'm over here like, dude, hurry the fuck up. Can't imagine if there's any veterans watching this. Yeah, hearing that click kind of made me think, oh, wait a minute. Kind of wish I had the live commentary, because that would have been funny to hear, but oh well. But hey, we got there. And now we're moving on. Yeah, I think I talked about it in the last episode about the Oblivion thing, and honestly, like, the more I think about it, the more I realize what I'm getting myself into. Like, kind of like with Breath of the Wild, it's like I'm very proud of that series, like, especially since that happened like years ago, and I'm still learning a lot. And it also doesn't help that I'm very off and on sporadic with stuff, so like I'll even forget some of the things that I've learned and have to relearn shit. So I mean, I know my quality for that was probably questionable at times, like with audio balancing and stuff. Like it's probably, honestly, it's probably fairly shit. But you know, I was quite proud of that. You know, because that was like my first real big project. I mean, like a Let's Play, especially with something like Silent Hill, where it's linear and you know there's not going to need to be a ton of editing unless you want to like go very extravagant with jokes and sound effects and shit, which, like I said, I try not to do that unless it's like perfect for it. But like with Breath of the Wild stuff like that, if I remember, like I threw in like the occasional clip, like joke clip and stuff like that, because like it made sense. Like you knew there was going to be a lot more post commentary because of the nature of how big that game is, and you know you're going to have a ton of jump cuts, and it just like, you know, it made sense. and like I said, it was very intimidating, but I think it paid off despite how bad it was, and it's kind of like a testament to, like, you know, for me, as stupid as this sounds, I feel like some of you guys who have obviously done YouTube for a long time and obviously went through your early beginner phases, which I would say that I'm still very much in that, especially on the editing side of things. Oh shit, Pyramid Head. Ooh. Yeah, that's a smart idea. Go ahead, shoot Pyramid Head when you know you have nowhere to go. Like, if he decided to come at you, you'd be fucked, man. That's a very smart idea. Congratulations. Lucky bastard. But yeah, anyway, yeah, the whole Breath of the Wild Master Mode and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys get the idea. Like, I'm hoping that I can do something similar with Oblivion and do it better. Especially now that I've learned about multiple audio tracks. I've learned how to do, you know, PCM audio, like uncompressed, which I feel like has made my audio quality better on stuff, especially when I try to normalize. Because, like, especially on when I do with my editing, I do try to, now recently, I've been trying to normalize my audio for both tracks, so that way it's easier to balance, especially in a horror game, because it's like let's be honest, like, there's a fine balance between, like, wanting that dynamic audio, but also not wanting to have your TV all of a sudden get very fucking loud out of nowhere, you know, when you're trying to watch a horror let's play of a game at like 2 in the morning or some shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be a case of like, oh, this game's really quiet, and you know, for a large majority of the game, so I balance it based off the quiet bits, and then when it gets really loud, like, maybe I in my editing software split up that little section and make my mic louder, but then that part of the game is very loud, and now your TV is very, you know, it's just, no. You know, because I feel like a lot of good scares rely on more than just like, oh, the audio got very fucking loud all of a sudden, you know, so I'm kind of going for that. So, like, I have been trying to be a lot more attentive to my audio balancing. And honestly, just for the audio balancing alone, I've been trying to use my editing software a lot more, just because, like, otherwise, I don't think there's a way you can normalize audio in OBS, like, when you're mid-recording, and honestly, I don't think that... Anyway, why would you? I'd rather have the raw audio and then make my changes later, because at least that way I have the raw footage to work with. But... yeah. Like, it's a whole thing. So... Come to think of it, I probably should have maybe possibly sped through this footage. Oh wait, no, this is... Oh, no. No, I think I start doing that. Because we're like nearly halfway through the video. Yeah, about 2 minutes till the halfway point about, so, and then we're gonna start getting into like a couple jump cuts and shit from there. But But yeah, I think Oblivion, as intimidating as it's going to be, is going to be a very fun series to do. Because there probably will be, especially if I'm doing, like I said the other day, the Forge Labs approach, where I am going to like record live commentary and stuff. In that way, if I do have like a funny moment or whatever, I can throw it in there. But it's just going to be very interesting, you know? So, and I can't wait to see it, because like I remember playing it. Oh god, it's on my mind. You know, I need to stop because I think I've already talked about it way too much. It probably overkilled it between this episode and the other episode, but it's definitely something I'm going to do. It's going to be so much fun. Oh, God. I got so caught up in my own head thinking about Oblivion because how sad I am. I literally spaced off for a second mid-post commentary and didn't even bother to you know what? I'm going to leave that mistake in here just because I think that's funny. When I know I could easily go and just be like, I'm just going to stop this little bit of post-commentary recording, erase it, and then go back and read it. Nah, I'm just going to leave it in here just to show how much of an idiot I can be. You know? I think it's humbling, you know, leaving moments like these in, you know? Just especially if you rewatch them in the future, you can be like, how far you've come, or lack thereof, and you can laugh even harder, you know what I mean? But yeah. But yeah, the coin, the good old coin. Looks like an old man. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what I needed to do with my inventory. I probably should have sped through this, actually, and I was thinking about it, but it's not that big of a deal. But now I think we're getting to the point where now I'm actually going to start having a bit more jump cut-esque stuff going on here, and or a lot of fast forwards, because here we go. Yeah, the first of many. It's probably going to be easier to edit the next, you know, the next 8 episodes, since there's 10 episodes total. Because now that I will have my live commentary, I don't have to do the post commentary after it unless I need to address something specific. So it's going to be a little bit nicer, because now it's like, oh, I went through this entire hour of footage, trimmed it, you know, sped up some parts, cut some parts, and got to the very end, and then have to go back and, you know, then have to go back and do the post commentary and watch what's left again, and basically spend, depending, you know, double the time. Or, well, actually, depending on some of the edits I do, oh no, it's about double the time. Because usually, it'll, depending on how much I realize I need to cut and how much and how thorough I'm trying to be, it usually takes me about for like an hour's worth of footage to comb through it and do my cuts and stuff. About a half hour, kinda. But again, I don't do any major edits and start throwing in random sound effects and shit. Like I said, I'm doing very basic bitch editing. So, but still. And then having to come through here and, you know, record a post commentary that's obviously as long as the video, so like 30 minutes or so. Like, yeah, so I'll definitely be able to start going through the videos a bit more efficiently with the next videos, especially when I get later in the series, because like I said, I don't think I'm gonna have much to edit and when I get towards the later end of the series. Well, I might be pushing it when I say that. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. But yeah, we got like 14 minutes left of the episode as of right now. Well, pretty much, yeah. And yeah, when I get to the bottom of these stairs, I know I turned back around because I realized, oh, I should probably finish looking on this floor. But when I get to the bottom floor, you'll see this here in a little bit, where I go through all of the doors and I realize, you know, that there's really not much that I can do, and I thought that I got everything in the previous building, to which I was wrong. You veterans probably already spotted the flaw when I came over to this side, you know, and are like, oh boy. But to those of you that have never played this game and are just experiencing it with me for the first time, so to speak, yeah, I missed a few things, which I will explain here in a moment. Did I seriously leave that in pointlessly? Oh, fuck. Wow, I really do need to be more thorough with my editing. Well, then again, that was only like a minute. And not even, but still. Yeah, now we're gonna go to the bottom floor. Yeah. Yeah, there's a note here that... Dear Tim, I have to run an errand, so I'm going out. I left the house key with Uncle David. You know where he lives, don't you? The key is in the room near the first floor staircase. I'll be back as soon as I can, so please watch the place while I'm gone. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so in the floor that we're about to go to here in a second, only has 2 doors that you can access. One of which will not open until you have achieved specific items. Like, it's not keys or anything. It's like with the handgun thing, where like once you get the handgun and you go back down to the other floor, you will have that little thing of like, I hear screaming in the north or whatever, right? Like it's like that. Like, it's just items that's scripted to make you able to open the door, even though the door is... I'll explain it here in a second. I think I'm just... my brain. But anyway. What door is it? Because there is another... Yeah, because this is like the room where you have a save point and where your objective is, but you need to solve it with... Well, you'll see here in a second. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, now that we got it saved, yeah. Just exploring the room as you do, trying to look for little things. But yeah, this thing. This is how you get into that other room. Like we're with the note that was talking about the uncle. The key is in here. But it's, as you saw right there, if you read it, it's talking about coins. So we need all of the coins. Well, you can kind of infer as you read these. You can kind of infer that there's 3 coins, and you need 2 of the 3 to gain access to that room that I'm about to show you here in a minute. And once you have the 2, then you will be able to enter, but you need the 2 coins. And right now we only got 1, so it's gonna be this, because I'm pretty sure we explore... oh, I might have inadvertently cut out the footage, now that I'm looking at my, yeah, I think I did. Yeah, that door right there. I sped through, but it says that door won't open. It didn't say, like, the lock is broken or whatever. So that door specifically is the door I'm talking about. And we need the 2 coins. All the other doors, aside from those 2 rooms, are completely locked. So... And for I'm basically just exploring this whole hallway just to kind of show you that that's the case, because you know that's what you do in a live commentary playthrough anyway. So like, but yeah, so I spent basically 30 minutes after finishing checking the doors in this hallway, which I'm about to finish here in a second, indicated by a jump cut you'll see in a second. But yes, 30 minutes trying to figure that shit out. Okay, well maybe not 30, it was probably more like 15 or 20. But yeah, jumped cut here, and grab the map that I missed the first time, and then we're gonna go and grab some stuff that I inadvertently missed because I don't know how I missed it. But when I jumped through the window the first time to get through here, I could have swore I checked everything, but I guess I didn't somehow. And this gives you the code for the save, which does change depending on your difficulty. Because obviously we saw at the beginning of the first episode when we could choose our difficulty for the combat and for the riddles. So the riddles can get even harder. Which I seriously want to emphasize this. Like, you know, Silent Hill 2 is the only game, and I've played my fair share of games. I'm 26 and I've been playing games since I was like 8 years old, whether it be Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda, whatever. I have been around. I have played a lot of different types of games, and I've been trying to expand as I've gotten older and trying to be more open-minded to stuff, you know. But I have never seen a game out of all of the games I have played have a separate difficulty for puzzle solving. Like, that's fascinating to me, and honestly, especially since I'm someone who, depending on the game, has never been much for combat. Like, I do enjoy it as part of the gameplay experience, but it's not my thing. Like, when I play Resident Evil, I don't necessarily play it for the combat or the boss fights. Even though they are fun, I usually play it for the overall experience. Like, when I play Resident Evil 2, like, I'm more so trying to, you know, remember where things are at, and I actually have more fun trying to basically speedrun it and be more efficient. Yeah, that courtyard key that we just picked up, that jump cut, that was in the hiding space when we went into that little closet when we were watching Pyramid Head do his thing and we shot him. Apparently, when you got out of that cutscene, you were supposed to turn around, and that key was there hidden. I didn't know that. So, yeah, that's a little... I want to say, for the record, I think that's bullshit. But anyway, so... But yeah, I think more games should have that. That's actually something that I really admire Silent Hill 2 for doing, and I don't know if that applies to the other Silent Hill games, but seriously, I would love to have a Resident Evil game that did something like that, where you could have easy or hard combat depending on what you want, but then have different puzzles. That would be so much fun. Like, different ways to do the puzzles. I think that is very interesting, and we need more of that.
I told you. brought you here, right?
Yeah, you can see that.
Well, whatever it is, I think you better get out of here soon.
Yeah, you're right. What about you?
I'll leave as soon as I'm done here. Eddie, be careful.
James, you be careful too.
Poor guy. But yeah, seriously, like, I wish more games, especially if they are going to lean more towards the puzzle aspect, because Silent Hill 2, I would say, falls under that. Like, there is a decent amount of combat, but it's not like Resident Evil where you have like obvious boss fights. Like Silent Hill 2 very much felt like it is very heavily leaning on the atmosphere as you progress through the story in the game. Like, you know, combat is not a priority. Like, there are some enemies, and if you are on hard mode, they probably are fairly difficult, and they probably have more of them, but like, when you play it on the easier difficulties on the combat, like, it's very atmospheric, you know? Like, it puts a lot of stock in that, and it does it well. And I think that would be fun if we had more games like that. That would put more stock in the atmosphere and their tone and the tension that it gives with being good at those things and not needing to rely on combat and just having really good puzzles. Like, that to me, you know, is something that I do really appreciate about Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is amazing in that regard. Because despite not having much combat, just it's at least on the difficulties that I was on, because I was on the second easiest difficulty, you know, because yeah, and then doing like normal riddles, it had amazing, you know, atmosphere, really good tension, and then the puzzles were, I don't know, I think I'm rambling, but like, seriously, it's really good. It's really, really good. Yeah. This was me realizing, oh, wait a minute, I know what this is. That staircase. But yeah, I hope Silent Hill 2, the remake, I hope it followed suit and kept that mechanic. If it didn't, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be genuinely upset. Like, if I play the remake and there's no like a puzzle difficulty, I'm gonna be like, you sons of bitches. Anyway, this is the end of the video. I basically what happens right here is the reason why it's sped up is because once we kill these enemies, the coin that we need is right there, and then we can go into that room I talked about where you need 2 coins to enter it, right? So this is the ending of the episode, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've had a lot of fun, you know, doing this post-commentary and just talking random bullshit. And with that, I will let you watch me speed my way to the save point. Take care.